So we had a big rally last week. All the markets finished in the green on various bits of positive news and people starting to talk about unlocking from this crisis. I think now the markets are, they're eking away some little gains in Europe and in Asia. The US is a little bit low, but then it was probably a little bit over exuberant last week. So there's just a little bit of profit taking as we open up today. But obviously everything is predicated on news. It seems like now every major economy has bent the curve. So it's now they're now reporting less cases on a day-by-day basis. As I said before, it's now the focus shifts to reinfection rates and which bits of the economy can open up at which times. So we're already seeing plans from quite a number of countries about slowly opening up their economies and starting to try and move towards whatever that new normal looks like. That's obviously very good, and as soon as we can do that, it will really help small businesses and everybody alike, really. So that's really positive. Oil fell off a cliff today. US Brent is down at $15. I think that's the lowest in about 20-25 years or something. It's incredibly low. There's literally, I don't think there's anybody on the planet that can take oil out the ground at that sort of price. So this is going to have a horrible knock-on effect to a whole bunch of businesses. Those businesses, particularly in the US, have a lot of debt. That's going to put a lot of pressure on credit markets. So oil, I think, is an interesting one to watch from a potential contagion perspective. In fact, the US stock market doesn't normally like too low an oil price, so that will be one to watch. But on the plus side, I guess, when it's that low, it's hurting so many people, it can't stay that low for too long. So I'm guessing there will be some action taken to try and promote some kind of recovery there. So that's everything really on the markets at the moment. This week, I think, will be a little bit fragile or a little bit sensitive to news. So positive news or negative news, I think, can have a really massive impact on valuations. So it's just one of those ones where you have to be a little bit careful about your positioning and how you take on board risk, particularly with all the extra upside that we saw last week. Remember, today I have a webinar. It's 9 p.m. Singapore time. That's around the middle of the day in Europe and around the morning time in the US. If you haven't registered already, there's a link in the bio here on my Instagram bio. Just click on that link and you can register for the webinar later. We're specifically covering how to consolidate and roll up companies without using cash or borrowing money from banks. So it's debt-free, cash-free roll-up strategies. I think this will be particularly relevant when we come out of this crisis, because I think people will realize how much stronger they can be as a group of companies than necessarily fighting on their own. And also there'll be an opportunity to pick up some opportunistic acquisitions to add additional talent or additional customers to your company. So if you want to learn how to do that the smart way, and all the lessons that I've had over my couple of decades of trying to do these groups and the lessons that I've learned, then come and join me on that webinar, and I will see you later on. Thank you.